Can the first report be flighted? Okay, I see it is now coming up.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning, honorable members. Chairperson, you'll allow me that as per the tradition that I'll go page by page, and then when we're at the observation, then we'll then read the observation up until the recommendation and conclusion. Chair and honorable members, here is the report for Statistics South Africa for 2021-2022. Members will shout if on page, I'll just go page by page. If there's any correction that members have observed, please do so. That's page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. With this table, we'll just correct it so that it can be in one page, honorable members. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. Page 12. And here are the observation and key findings that members through your deliberations you have observed. 9.1, we said that the portfolio committee commends Statistics South Africa for receiving unqualified audit opinion consistently for consecutive years up to the 2021-2022 financial year. And Stats SA delivered 89.5% of its performance target as at March 2022. And the department has spent 4,648 million for all programs, which is an estimated of 98%, which is estimated 98.3% of the 4,932 billion allocated budget. And the committees commends Statistics South Africa for sterling performance both on financial and non-financial information. 9.2, with an additional allocation on compensation of employee budget, Stats SA has to prioritize balancing its employment equity targets by ensuring capable women are promoted to senior management positions and 2% of people living with disabilities. And Stats SA has to commit to a certain percentage of the employment of youth in the department. And vacancy rate of 19.3 has to be drastically reduced by undertaking a recruitment drive to strengthen its workforce. And Stats SA has to continue to fill critical posts with the additional amount of 49.4 million budget allocated over the medium term for compensation of employees. 9.3, States SA committed to work with disability group or organization in order to attract people living with disabilities to join the department in various capacities for vacant funded positions. 9.4, we said the States SA was advised to consider excess employee from merged departments to be seconded if they meet the requirements as per the job evaluation. 9.4, during the year under review, States SA focused on finalizing process in preparation for submitting the statistical amendment bill to cabinet. Delays encountered was due to consultation process on the legislative amendments by ensuring compliance with other legislative prescripts. And States SA amended bill was certified by the Office of the Chief State Law Advisor, and the final legal opinion was given. And States SA, together with the Minister in the Presidency for the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluations, were encouraged to expedite finalization of the bill and be tabled in full cabinet meeting for approval. 9.6, the committee knows that Census 2021 was hampered by the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown restriction, as well as November 2021 local government. And States SA had no option but to postpone Census 2021 to February 2022 and rename Census 2022. 9.7, the committee knows that States SA data collection census was impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic restriction and KwaZulu-Natal province floods. The department committed to release census results in second quarter of 2023-2024 financial year. And the committee welcomes the commitment by States SA that Census 22 data analysis will be completed in May 2023 and released in the second quarter of the 2023-2024 financial year. 9.4, the committee welcomed and noted integration of statistical and geospatial information during Census 2022 by ensuring collaboration between geospatial experts and statisticians. Digital transformation reduces cost of data collection and improves turnaround time of the production of results. With regard to 9.9, States SA assured the committee that all enumerators are fully paid, as this matter was an issue during Census 22 data collection, whereby some field workers were not paid timelessly. 9.10, the committee knows that field workers or enumerators are appointed in different contract of employment. States SA has its own permanent field workers for collecting data for certain surveys and appoint temporary field workers on special projects, depending on whether the department is overstretched with resources. Then with regard to 9.7, States SA was commended for delivering first digital census in the country and the first to use multiple mode of data collection, where households were given the option to complete questionnaires with assistance of field workers, either face-to-face or telephonically or by themselves via the web. Multi-mode platforms were introduced as a strategy to proactively respond to COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown, which continue to disrupt business operation. 9.12, States SA had to attend to Auditor General audit opinion regarding compliance monitoring by senior management, mainly relating to supply chain management prescripts, which were not effected due to a lack of adequate oversight in non-compliance. And then with regard to the recommendations, Chair and honorable members, the portfolio committee recommends that Statistics South Africa, together with the minister in the presidency for the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, should expeditiously finalize and table amendment of the Statistics Act to full cabinet and later to parliament, since it has met all necessary executive requirements. The amendments of the Act should firmly respond to the evolving environment, with particular emphasis on the statistical coordination, the data revolution, a state-wide statistical services and institutional arrangement. And then 10.2, the vacancy rate of 19.3 has to be drastically, I think it should be drastically, not has, should be drastically reduced by undertaking a recruitment drive to strengthen departmental workforce in order to continue producing quality, reliable, and timelessly statistics for the nation and the international world. 10.3, Stats SA should, through additional allocation on compensation of employees' budget, prioritize balancing its employment equity targets by ensuring capable women are appointed in senior management positions, including 2% of people living with disabilities. 10.4, Stats SA should develop and implement an action plan in order to ensure that the deficiencies identified in the 2021-2022 financial year are addressed. Okay. In conclusion, Chair and honorable members, we concluded that Statistics South Africa continues to play a critical role in South Africa and internationally. Statistical releases give meaning to the evidence-based policy making, decision-making, planning, and allocation of the budget in the country. The department was able to spend almost its total budget and achieved set targets. The department's allocated budget on the compensation has to be efficiently spent by appointing competent people. The historical record on gender equity representative and 2% of people living with disability in the department has to be given main priority when filling funded vacancies. The committee knows that funding allocated to address budget shortfall to states was not sufficient to cover for budget deficit on compensation of employees over the medium-term expenditure framework. Stats SA should continue requesting additional budget allocation to stabilize the workforce in the department. And accountability within the department has improved with responsible leadership and management. And during the year under Stats SA has embarked in preparation of the census phase, and the committee welcomes and knows progress made thus far in conducting census 2022 under tough conditions which hampered collection of data such as COVID-19 and floods in KwaZulu-Natal province. The committee is looking forward for the release of census 2022 report in the second quarter of 2023-2024 financial year. The Chair, this is the end of Statistics South Africa report, Chairperson and honorable members.
Right there, is there not a? I think we need to correct this this sentence here.
Okay.
The sentence that reads, during the year under review, South Africa embarked in population in preparation for the census phase. The committee welcomed the progress made thus far in conducting census 2022 under tough conditions, which hampered collection of data. We need to correct this one so that it makes sense.
Okay.
We can't say collection of data such as COVID-19.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get it, yeah.
Yeah, so we must correct this one so that it reads perfectly in proper English.
Okay, what I will do, Chair, is just to since under tough conditions which are about data collections. Okay, then I can just end with collection of data, Chair, and then remove the pandemic and the case.
Yes.
Then it will make sense.
It will make sense, yes.
Yeah, okay, Chair. Oh, thanks.
Chairperson, through you. Chairperson, through you. Chair. Wow. Chair.
Ntuli, I can hear your voice.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chair, I don't know whether I'm correct, but I thought we are not going to. Wait.
Okay.
Wait, don't move it. Let me see that conclusion. Can you go back to the conclusion?
The whole conclusion.
Whereby we were dealing with the. Where is that sentence? I think it was under. But let me. I thought you were going to put it first. Like where is that? During the here, the committee welcomed and notes progress made there so far, since under tough conditions under tough conditions by the pandemic and disaster. It has been removed, and disaster which hampered collection of data. It was not wrong to start with it, to say it was tough conditions under this and that, which hampered.
Okay. Does it read right, the Honorable Julie?
No.
Under tough conditions such as.
Yes, and remove the other that and yes.
Yeah.
And tough conditions, I just yes.
Okay.
Empathy, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. Corrected. No. Honorable Chair.
Members, today we just make corrections. We will be adopting these reports tomorrow. We are just making corrections where corrections are needed.
Honorable Chair. Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable Kibi.
Good morning, Chair, and the honorable members and colleagues. Chair, I want us to check on the recommendations and also the findings where we are speaking about people living with disabilities. They don't like to be called like that. They are saying they are not living with disability, they are disabled. I think we must just correct that one as well. Thanks, Chair.
Instead of living with disabilities, we say people with disabilities.
Okay.
Or
Yes,
what?
Chair.
Okay.
Yes,
Or,
Yeah.
or disabled people.
Yeah, I think the normal general, I would say, way it should be people with disabilities.
Hey, these people
Don't want to be called disabled.
Yeah, no, they don't want to, people with disabilities.
Yes. They don't want that.
I'm also confused, Chair, because you see, at some stage they were also confused themselves. I had that parliament for them, and the others were saying they don't want to be called with. They were saying remove that with. We are just disabled, like anyone that can be disabled today. And there was a big no for living with. Yes, you see, yeah.
It's always the case, Honorable Julie, even with the definition of disability, there's always a contestation around the main definition of disability.
Yeah.
So it's always the case, but I've removed, thanks, Honorable Kiwi. Okay, can I move to the other report, Chair? I have removed the living with disability. Also.
Yes, you can move.
Okay. Okay, sorry for that.
Yeah, now Nyolo.
Yeah, no, I can't get the things that I've opened so many documents, but I'll try to get it quickly.
Okay, give you report here.
Is the DPME, Chair? I'm on DPSA. I want to move with the family first. DPME and Brand SA. Okay. This Honorable, the one that is projected here is for the DPME and Brand SA.
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay. Page 1.
Honorable members, where you want to effect corrections or changes, you should shout. No raising of hands now.
Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. Page 12. Thirteen. Then 14. 15. Page 16. Page 17. And we'll come to the, now we are at the observations and the key findings. The committee made the following observations and findings. The department, for the department, the portfolio committee knows and comments, let me use the comments, and comments the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation for achieving the 9th clean audit outcomes in consecutive years. And furthermore, for having achieved 80% of its set targets in 2021-2022 financial year. 9.2, the department has incurred irregular expenditure of 14.3 million as at March 2022, and an investigation on the cause of irregular expenditure has been instituted. The department has to account about the outcome of the investigation of the irregular expenditure to the committee by February 2023. 9.3, the department has to ensure its internal control are strengthened to avoid situation of recurring wasteful, fruitless and irregular expenditure. 9.4, the department developed policy framework for integrated planning aims to strengthen coherence, harmonization across the planning system towards the achievement of the country development goals. The policy framework further provides basis for integrated planning framework B. Further provides basis for integrated framework B. And the committee has to be briefed about the policy framework in terms of strengthening coherence and harmonization in the planning system across 3 spheres of government. 9.5, the department has revised a draft integrated planning framework bill and renamed the National Development Planning Bill 2022, which aims to provide a framework for a coherent and synthesized national development planning system involving the 3 spheres of government. And the committee knows that the department will not be able to finalize the bill before end of 2022-2023 financial year because consultation process might take longer than anticipated. 9.6, despite the modernization of the presidential hotline, the committee knows that the hotline has received lower calls rate as compared to the previous years, and the committee was of the view that service delivery departments have hotlines where citizens call directly to the departments. Therefore, the committee appealed to the department to review and reposition the presidential hotline to be integrated with other service delivery departments, as this will minimize so many call centers in government.
Chairperson. Chairperson, Honorable Maglua, can I speak?
Yes, I said so, Honorable Maglua. I said anyone who wants to, you don't raise hand, you shout.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah.
I just want to know the possibility to do some addings here, because to some extent, as a committee in conjunction with the department, there was an agreement for us to visit the hotline, if that can be added. Thanks, Chair.
Thanks. Honorable Maglua, you are right. We showed an interest to visit that presidential hotline so that we can see what is happening there, and also see how fast or quick problem raised in the hotline are addressed. You are right, Honorable Maglua.
Thanks,
okay.
Chair.
Chair, I've just inserted the committee would conduct an oversight to the presidential hotline in the next oversight visit.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And 9.7, the committee knows that the department has finalized an annual assessment of SOE in September 22 and will be in position to present the report to the portfolio committee. 9.8, as per the Auditor General Outcomes Report, the department has to continue working with the Department of Public Service and Administration to enhance performance management processes of the DGs and HODs in the public service. All issues raised by the Auditor General has to be attended to by both departments, include weight given to key responsibility areas and acting DGs and HOD to be included in the DPSA Performance Management Development System for performance measurement purpose. This is an area that was highlighted by the AG honorable members, so as one of the recommendations to the DPME and the DPSA. And 9.9, it now is in relation to Brand South Africa. In view of the reconfiguration process between Brand South Africa and South African tourism, the Minister of the DPME, together with Board of Trustees, have to expedite finalization of the proposed measure in order to eliminate the instability caused in the institution, particularly on staff members. And 9.10, as much as moratorium of post was uplifted for short-term contract of 24 months, the committee was of the view that Brand South Africa has to be allowed to fill vacancies for longer term of 5-year contract, whilst government is still contemplating about the proposed measure.
Chair.
Is that Honorable Ntuli?
It's TV, Chair.
Oh, Kiwi, okay.
Yes. Chairperson, I want us to look at 9.9. Can you go back to that one, Mr. Mwepe, and read it again?
Okay. In view of the reconfiguration process between Brand South Africa and South African tourism, the Minister of the DPME, together with Board of Trustees, have to expedite finalization of the proposed measure in order to eliminate the instability caused in the institution, particularly on staff members.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Chairperson, what came out very prominent during this meeting was also the concern, not only by the committee per se, but also the department or the representatives of Brand South Africa, the concern of the delay in making a decision by cabinet. If it's possible, can we add and lay the emphasis on the concern being raised by the delay of cabinet in making a decision? Thank you, Chair.
Through you, Chair.
You mean the decision in terms of the measure, Honorable McClure? Honorable Mr. Mwepe.
Okay, Chair. Yeah. I also wanted to just to get a clarity from, maybe I didn't get it right, because as far as I understand the major process and even what the chairperson of Board of Trustees, Ms. Tobias, she has said, the board, first of all, the Board of Trustees have never been approached about the measure, and the current minister has never met with, as far as I understood what she was saying in the meeting, the current minister of DPME they have never met with the new minister of tourism. So if we'll say the cabinet, because the two ministers has to meet and come up with a proposed solution towards this before they can table the report to the cabinet. But if then both ministers have never met, then it means that even this issue at the cabinet level it has not yet been entertained, because both two ministers have to come up with the proposal. So I don't know if we'll say then the cabinet, whereas the cabinet at this time has never been consulted. I know it might be one of the decisions in terms of the macro structure of government in terms of making certain institutions, but then the two ministers were supposed to meet and clarify and come up with a way forward, and then they can go back to the cabinet and table it. So that was my understanding. If we have to add the point that has been raised by Honorable Mekto.
Yes, it's like that, Honorable. It's like that. Is that Honorable Kibi?
Honorable Komani.
Oh.
It's Komani.
Who is that?
Komani.
It was
Okay.
Ntuli and Koman.
Okay. You can shoot, Honorable Command.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, and good morning to members. As far as the statement that was raised by Honorable Meldoa, the concern was raised. It is true, and the delay is either being caused by the ministers by not meeting, because there is this process of meeting. So we cannot just say by virtue of them not having met, it is not a concern. It is a concern because there is this process of meeting, and they have to pass the process. And the committee at the meeting, we raised our concern, and the brother as well has raised their concern towards that. So it should be noted in the report that it is a concern that was raised by the committee and the DPSA as well. Thank you very much. I mean, not DPSA,
Right.
but
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's next now? Is Honorable Ntuli?
Yes, Chair. I wanted to add that to say the delay was between the two ministers. It was between them having not met. So that's where the whole thing lies. The delay is between the meeting of the two ministers, that is tourism and TPME. Thank you.
As the committee, we are urging these ministers to meet, isn't it?
Exactly, Chairperson.
So that
Yes,
a decision can be taken sooner.
Yes,
Is that what we say?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Chairperson, my apologies. It's not the two ministers who's going to make this decision. It is the cabinet, and to some extent, there were questions.
Honorable
whether
Megloa,
this
they must meet first, these two ministers.
Then table to the cabinet.
Having met and agreed on the way forward, they take that way forward to cabinet.
Oh, okay, but that's not my understanding. But it's fine, Chair. I'm having load shedding problems here.
Yeah, that's how it works. They must meet and agree and take what they agree upon to cabinet for endorsement.
Chair? Chair?
Is it Honorable Komani?
Yes, Chair. Thank you very much once more, Chair. I think our noting our concern is very imperative as well. We should as well, like the Chair has summarily stated it, to say we are urging the ministers. Yes, we are doing that. We are urging them because their delay is causing so much confusion, and that the cabinet cannot take a decision as them having not met. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's what we are saying exactly, Honorable Komani.
Mr. Weber, remove the wish. I think you put edge as we're edging the both.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
We are not
thank-
wishing, we are urging them to meet.
Okay.
Or maybe we can demand.
Nudge, we are nudging them.
That is militant. That is militant.
Oh, agently, no, it's fine. Agently.
Members, don't raise hand when you want to make correction, just shout. Yeah?
Okay, Chair, can I read what was discussed recently from 9.9? It will be just one word. In view of the reconfiguration process between Brand SA and South African tourism, the Minister of the DPME, together with Board of Trustees, have to expedite finalization of the proposed measure in order to eliminate the instability caused in the institution, particularly on staff members. Delays caused by both ministers on the measure continue to negatively impact the business processes of the institution. And the committee urged both ministers to meet urgently to resolve the reconfiguration process.
Correct. Thank
Okay.
you.
Very happy with that
Okay.
as
Thanks.
well.
Okay. We're on 9.11. We have already, I've already read the 9.10. 9.11 Brand South Africa organizational was lastly reviewed in 2014, which remained concern to the committee. And Brand SA has to reconsider reviewing its organizational structure to respond to the current and future needs once a decision on the reconfiguration is concluded. 9.12, the Minister of the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation should urgently address the appointment or extension of the Board of Trustees for the stability of the Brand SA. With regard to the recommendations, the committee recommends the following: that the department should expedite appointment of service provider to assist with further consultation and a further revision of the Integrated Development Framework Bill, which has been renamed as the National Development Planning Bill 2022. The aim of the bill is to provide a framework for a coherent and synthesized national development planning system involving the three spheres of government. 10.2, the department should continue to monitor performance of the deliverables of the medium-term strategic framework of the NDP through the integrated MTSF monitoring and reporting system. Monitoring results contained in the monitoring and reporting system should be made transparent on the department website and be shared with various parliament committees for oversight purposes. 10.3, the department should brief the committee on the annual assessment of state-owned enterprise, and the department should share the annual assessment with all relevant parliament committees that oversee the state-owned enterprises. And then the 10.4, the department, together with the Department of Public Service and Administration, should review the policy on performance management development system for the DGs and HODs in the public services as per the Auditor General of South Africa recommendations. Both departments should review matters identified in the PMDS policy, such as a weight given on key responsibility areas and acting DGs and HODs to be included in the PMDS for performance measurement, especially when acting for more than 6 months. And then with regard to Brand SA recommendation, the Minister of the DPME, together with the Board of Trustees, should expedite finalization of the proposed measure of Brand South Africa and Tourism South Africa in order to eliminate the instability caused in the, particularly on staff members. I don't know if this one we should expand it, honorable members, after we have expanded the first observation on Brand SA. Or we should just leave it as it is.
You
Okay.
can you can include what we included there.
Okay.
Here.
Okay, Chair. Let me look at what we have included. Okay. I think the main one should be this one. I'll just copy and then make it as a recommendation to be binding. Okay. The first recommendation for the Brand South Africa Chair and honorable members, the Minister of the DPME together with Board of Trustees should expedite finalization of the proposed measure of Brand South African tourism in order to eliminate the instability caused in the institution, particularly on staff members. And both ministers of the DPME and tourism should urgently meet to resolve the reconfiguration process between Brand South Africa and Tourism South Africa and report to Parliament by February 2023. The Minister of the 10.7, the Minister of DPME should ensure stability in the Board of Trustees by extending or appointing Board of Trustees members timelessly since the current board term of office is coming to an end. 10.8, Brand South Africa should review organizational structure once the Board of Trustees are appointed or reappointed, which was lastly reviewed in 2014. And 10.9, during the process of uncertainty, Brand South Africa should be allowed to fill critical positions on a 5-year, should be on a 5-year long-term contract rather than 24 months in order to ensure stability and accelerate performance of the organization. And then 10.10. Okay.
I'm concerned with that last sentence now, especially us talking about amalgamation and employment's going to be on a 5-year term. I think what was mentioned in that meeting particular was the 2 years, and the concern was also raised over the uncertainty of the future of Brand South Africa. I just need some clarity. If I have some clarity, I will be happy on how we're going to formulate that sentence. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any response to that?
Hello, Chair. Yeah. Let me respond to that. Like the 24 months, Honorable McDowell and honorable members, the 24 months, what they've highlighted, even in their annual report, I think even Auditor General have already touched on it, that 24 months, the institution is unable to attract competent people who will come and fill those critical, because we are talking about like positions of, let's say, CFO. No one would want to come for a two-year contract and leave the other 5 year, but the 5-year contract is just to say, instead of, because if you still remember what the chairperson of the board said, they are even neglecting what these 24 months, because she has instructed the CEO, the acting CEO, to fill the position on the permanent position. But the idea was to say, look, let's not encourage the appointment of the positions on a permanent, but at least 5-year contract would be reasonable for any person who would want to join Brand SA, because the 24 months, they've highlighted that they are not getting suitable candidate to fill the position, but rather encourage what the chairperson of the board has said, that they are carrying on with the recruitment, no matter this uncertainty of the reconfiguration. So the committee would rather say, let's go for 5-year. Well, the ministers, both ministers, well, they are still going to meet at the cabinet. They're still going to decide on the future of Brand SA in tourism. So we rather encourage a 5-year contract so that they can attract a suitable candidate who will then assist the institution in terms of performing or achieving its own target. So the idea was along that, because if you still remember, Mam Tawia said they will just carry on with the recruitment, because anyway, most of the staff, they are overloaded with other responsibilities that are not there. So that was the main idea. Thanks, Chair, Honorable Chairperson. I think that was the response based on recommendation 10.9.
Chair.
Thank you.
Honorable Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable Mtsipe.
Yeah, I've got maybe if this one, 10.9, the one that was recently debated, during the process of uncertainty, according to my view, I was in a view that it must be removed. We can say Brand SA, Brand South Africa was allowed to fill, but all this sentence must be there, except that we remove the process of uncertainty. I don't know if I'm wrong.
I'm getting you, Honorable Mtsipe. We can just start with the Brand SA should be allowed. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'll go on again.
Okay, Chair. I don't know if Honorable.
Can I respond? My problem is we appeal to the ministers to get together to ensure amalgamation, and on the other end, we ask for 5 years. What effect will this whole process then have should the two are amalgamate in terms of the 5 years?
Chair.
Chair,
Yes, sir.
Chair Mantuli.
Okay.
Chair, but I think Chair Honorable, sorry, Mr. Ngwebe, is correct, because 2 years is not going to attract any academia people, but for Brand SA to properly do its task, they need these positions. The aging for 5 years is correct. Then people will be, they'll undergo placement, as it is happening to all amalgamation in so far.
Okay, Chair.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just to add on Honorable Mantuli point. I think it will be advisable that the Brand SA fill this position on a contract basis, And a 5-year is reasonable for any institution to attract the best because it's all about performance of that particular institution. And I understand what Honorable McCloy is saying, because we are at the same time encouraging that the two ministers expedite the measure. But when the merger happens, even both institutions will be merged, and people are on contract, then some of when the institution is merged and people are on contract, is unlike when the institution has got permanent, because currently what the chairperson of the board of trustees, she said they are considering appointing people on a permanent position based on the current organizational structure. But the idea here is to say, look, we don't want, because currently both institutions, they might be merged. It's a possibility in a proposed matter before both ministers and cabinet. But rather go for a longer contract, of which longer contract, when a contract is about to come to an end, you know that, especially when the institution has been merged, then you can get rid of people after a contract. 5-year, well, I know in terms of monetary value is too long, but at the same time, it's unlike when a position are filled on a permanent position. So that's why the main idea of the recommendation was to say to Brand as consider appointing on a 5-year instead of appointing for position on a permanent. So that was the main idea of this 10.9, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members.
To me, it makes sense.
Okay, Chair, so I've removed that uncertainty, and I hope Honorable McCloy has understood us, and then we can move to 10.10.
Yes, you can move.
Okay. 10.10, Brand South Africa should address and strengthen all areas identified in the Auditor General audit outcome and report progress to the committee by February 2023. And then in conclusion, the Portfolio Committee commended the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation for achieving clean audits over the 9th consecutive years up to 2021-2022 financial year. However, the achievement of clean audits needs to be translated into improving service delivery across government through planning, monitoring and evaluation. Accountability within the department has improved with responsible leadership and management. And in the midst of reconfiguration of Brand South Africa, the entity should continue with coordinated activities of building South Africa's reputations and to contribute to the country's global competitiveness. Brand South Africa continues to build bridges across the continent, which is a noble gesture. That's the end of the conclusion and the report, Chairperson and honorable members.
Chairperson,
Yes.
Honorable Mbele, please just note for the record the DA reserves our rights on the final budget votes. Thank you.
We will, Honorable Mbele, we will do that tomorrow. Today we are not adopting anything. I think what you are raising now is for tomorrow.
All right, understood. Thank you.
Thank you. Slowly report on that.
Yeah, I'm projecting, Chair. Oh. Okay, this is a report on Honorable Chair and Honorable Members for the DPSA. DPSA has got CPSI is 1 vote. Page 1, more or less the standard with the others. And page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Eleven. Page 12.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair. Slalo. Mr. Mwepe, I'm hoping that you guys have double checked on the figures, that the figures are really correct as put on the report.
Yeah, no, Honorable Gibi, the figures have been double checked in line with what has been reported in their annual reports. Page 13.
You are doing DPSA now?
Yes, Chair.
Okay.
Page 14. Page 15. Page 16. Even here, the figures, Honorable Gibi, they are correct, and Honorable Members, Chair. Page 18. Page 19, that's where the observation and key findings are. The committee made the following observations. The committee notes and commends the Department of Public Service and Administration and Center for Public Service Innovation for receiving clean audits for 2021-2022 financial year. And the department had managed to achieve 80% of its planned targets in the 2021-2022 annual performance in the 2021-22 annual performance plan. However, the committee has encouraged the department to achieve all targets. 11.2, the committee knows the progress made thus far with developments towards amending the Public Service Act of 1994, which among others seek to transfer powers of the Women Resource Management from the Executive Authority to accounting officers. And then after a protracted process, the consultation process at the Public Sector Coordinating Bargaining Council and NEDLEC has still not been yet resolved and is still ongoing. As a result, the amendment bill could not be processed to Cabinet as was planned. The committee acknowledged the delays caused by the stakeholders in the consultation process to finalize amendments to the public. 11.3, the committee knows the progress made thus far with amendment of the Public Administration Management Act, which intends to accelerate implementation and improve service delivery. The PAMA also seeks to eliminate fragmented approach to development and strengthen coordination across the public sector. And the committee knows that after a protracted process, the consultation process at the Public Sector Coordinating Bargaining Council and NETLEC has still not been yet resolved and still ongoing. And the committee acknowledged the delay caused by the stakeholder in the consultation process to finalize amendments to the PAMA Act. 11.4, the committee knows progress thus far pertaining to the finalization of a guide to implement lifestyle audit aimed at preventing and detecting fraud and corruption in the public sector. The committee knows that the determination of lifestyle is the prerogative of accounting officers as enshrined in the Public Service Regulation 2016, Regulation 2022. The committee is concerned. The committee was concerned of slow pace of the implementation of lifestyle audit across all government departments with clear timeframes, including the Department of Public Service and Administration. 11.5, the committee further knows the effort made by the department in improving the management of discipline within the public service in order to hasten the resolution of disciplinary cases and consequences management through disciplinary cases. The committee will continue to monitor implementation of the disciplinary cases in the public service. 11.6, digital transformation to new technologies to transform business process modernization by replacing manual or non-digital process with digital is becoming the norm. The committee observed that the department is maximizing its efforts of digitizing government business model with an aim of improving efficiency and saving time to render service. 11.7, the committee further commends the department for not incurring unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, wasteful expenditure in 2021-2022 financial year. And the committee wishes to see the, I don't know if the Honorable Ntuli, they wish, sorry for that, maybe we should say the edge to the wishes to see the department and the CPM maintaining a similar trend of on unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, wasteful expenditure in the upcoming financial year.
Should be the committee urged the department.
Yeah.
The committee urged the department, yes.
And the committee urged the department and the, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. It's corrected, Honorable. The department has experienced, 11.8, the department has experienced a reduction of gender representative of female at SMS level from 48.7% in 2022-2021 to 44% in 2021-2022. The committee encouraged the department to swiftly address gender equity targets when filling funded vacancies for SMS. 11.9, the department has to continue with its effort to revise the human resource management and development strategy, which was lastly revised in 2002. 11.10, in light of the Auditor General's audit findings, the department and the Center for Public Service Innovation were encouraged to maintain sound internal control, which led both institutions to obtain clean audit outcomes. And then this for the Center for Public Service Innovation, 11.11, the committee knows the efficacy of the innovation projects and outcomes within the center and the public service. And 11.12, the CPSI initiated a new development project with the Northern Cape Office of the Premier to develop a visual tourism service center and monitoring system. And the committee urged the CPSI to replicate this.
Sorry, Chair, on the 11.12, Mr. Mweb,
Okay.
I know there was also a discussion in the committee that there must be an oversight to the Northern Cape province, so that while we are also, initiating that the CPSI must roll out this program to all provinces, but we want to go and feel if this project really is working, and it also speaks to the issues of the people on the ground. So we then all agreed on the oversight as well. Because in all their reports, they always touch this point that they've got this piloted program in the Northern Cape. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair.
Yes, sir.
On the issue raised by Honorable Mkweba, I agree with Honorable Mkweba, but can we put this one of the committee going on oversight on recommendations, if it is possible?
Yeah, it fits well in the recommendations. Yes, you are right.
Okay. Okay, yeah, no, we'll deal with it when we get to the recommendation.
But Chair, I'm so Chair.
Yes.
Chair, I'm sorry, man. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, Chairperson. I think I missed the boat. Now we are on CPSI. When on DPSA, when Mr. Ngwepe mentioned the irregular expenditure and thinking irregular and fruitless expenditure, I think somewhere there, if we can put and that the committee also noted with concern, I don't know, because it was around that.
Okay.
Maybe it's still going to reflect, because the committee noted the underspending as well. It was not only the irregular and fruitless expenditure.
Okay, Chair, through you.
That's what
Yeah, actually, the both department and CPSI, on 11.7, we have just highlighting that they haven't incurred any unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, or wasteful expenditure as per the AG's report. And the underspending, let me just check how much was from the department vote. How much was an underspending? Underspending was 74 million.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the
yes, but I think we should also reflect the noting of the committee. The portfolio committee noted with concern the vacancy rate, which contributes towards the underspending, because there was that vacancy rate also underspending. I remember they justified it, but they further said it's not only in the ministry. They justified the vacancy rate to say, hence there is an acting minister. But it appeared that the underspending is not only caused by the vacancy rate is not only caused by that one in the ministry. So we noted with concern.
Okay.
The vacancy rate that also contributes towards the underspending.
Yeah, I've just inserted there, Honorable Chair and Honorable Julie, honorable members, that the committee notes with consent the vacancy rate that contribute towards the underspending.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right.
Just that I've moved, but okay, no thanks. We're still on CPI. I would just want to come back to it so that the point raised by Honorable Mugweba, that the committee envisaged to conduct oversight in the Northern Cape to oversee the visual fusion service center and monitoring project by the center, by the CPSI. Is it
Can
all
I
right?
come in?
Yeah,
Chair?
it's fine with me.
Let me come in. Julius, I think you should indicate to conduct oversight in relation to projects conducted by the CPI, including the Northern Cape province.
Okay.
The virtual Two-Song Service Center. So not just this particular project, but other projects as well, because I think we've never really conducted oversight in relation to CPSI. So not just this Two-Song Service Center in the Northern Cape and all other, yeah. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, to put the writer to what Honorable Kondo is saying, why are we not saying particularly mentioning the conducting oversight, then we say particularly or especially the so that
No, I said he must indicate that over the projects, including this one. So we're not excluding it from the equation.
Yes, Honorable Mugweba was mentioning the oversight that the committee sort of we didn't initiate. The committee was of a view that we should go for an oversight to Northern Cape to physically look at what was said by CPSI. Now, maybe to avoid that we are only going to oversight that project only. I think it would be good to say we opting for the oversight of the projects that they are sort of undergoing, particularly then, so that we prioritize this one.
No problem. That's exactly what I was saying, so that it doesn't look like we're going for one, but we're going for other projects.
Yes, I was going to say the Honorable Kondwe, what you inserted there makes sense to me as well.
All right.
Because you are not excluding anything.
Yes, I'm not. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, through you, Chair, I'll just raise it for the last time. The committee envisaged to conduct oversight in the Northern Cape province to physically oversee the visual Two-Song Service Center and monitoring system and all innovative projects initiated by the CPSI across the province.
Covered.
Okay. 11.13, the CPSI hosted a hashtag PSI Hack 2022 focusing on the public service delivery challenges. The committee fully supports the hashtag PSI Hack to unearth innovative solutions aimed at resolving service delivery challenges across all the sectors. 11.14, the committee knows that CPSI has developed approved organizational structure and was in discussion with the National Treasury to fund the structure. Actually, it was in discussion with the National Treasury to fund the structure. And the committee supports the CPSI efforts to expand its reach on innovation projects in the public sector by strengthening its workforce to be able to cope with the demand. And then in terms of the recommendations, the following recommendations are proposed. The department should speed up the consultative process with the Public Service Coordinating Bargaining Council and NETLEG on the legislative reform concerning the Public Administration Management Act of 2014 in order to ensure the operational systems are updated and strengthened. The department should provide an update on the amendment annually to the committee by March 2023. And again, level 12.2, the department should fast track consultative process with the PSCBC and NETLEG with the aim to finalize amendment to the Public Service Act of 1994 aimed at broadening its scope by incorporating the role of the Director General in the President to support the President and furthermore seek to transfer powers of the human resource management from the executive authority to the accounting officer. And the department should provide progress report on the finalization of the amendment annually to the committee by March 2023. 12.3, the department should encourage department to commence with the implementation of the guidelines on the lifestyle audit aimed at preventing and detecting fraud and corruption in the public service. The department should provide timeframes to all accounting officers as part of the rollout strategy and ensuring uniformity in the public service. 12.4, the department should continue to ensure sound internal controls in order to maintain good audit outcomes for the future financial years. 12.5, the department should revisit the policy on decentralized discipline management in the public service to avoid the tedious and sometimes futile process of reminding other departments to take care of misconduct cases not finalized within regulated period. Since the department is dealing with amendment to relevant legislation, this is the opportune time to amend legislation in favor of discipline management being centralized within the department. With regard to the CPSI 12.6, the department and the ministry have to speed up the permanent appointment of the executive director of the Center for Public Service Innovation. And 12.7, the Center for Public Service Innovation should ensure all successful innovation projects aimed at resolving service delivery challenges are replicated in other provinces, and the Office of the Premier should be approached and introduced on innovation solution discovered to assist in service delivery challenges in their respective provinces. In conclusion, of which there was something before I conclude. I don't know if I've copied it. Let me just check. Okay, it was the Northern Cape. I don't know if we can make a recommendation for ourselves. I think it will be well covered in the observation, and we'll note it when we are planning for the next oversight, honorable members and chairperson.
Yeah, Chair, I think it's going to carry more weight if we can put it on the recommendations as well.
Chair, if I can also come in, I don't, in the DPME report, there was recommendation, I think it's 8.8, which spoke about the DPME and the DPSA working together in relation to that issue of HODs and DGs. Do you recall that recommendation, Julius? Can we not put a similar recommendation in this?
Okay.
DPSA.
Is on the okay. Sorry,
it's DPME. I think it's 8.8. Either under, I'm not sure if it's a recommendation of an observation, but I think it's important that we also recommend to the DPSA that it works together with the DPME around that issue. Yeah, the DG and HODs.
Yeah, I think you are correct, Honorable. Through you, Chairperson. Yeah, I've noted that one. Then I'll just take that one from the DPME report, so that then it is in the same spirit process. This is the recommendation that are made by the committee. Through you, Chair, I've just inserted the last recommendation, honorable members, with regard to 12.8. That reads as follows. And I'll go back to the Honorable Gwenda's point, if you allow me, Chairperson. 12.8, the committee should conduct oversight in the Northern Cape province to physically oversee the visual tuition service center and monitoring system and all innovative projects initiated by the CPSI across the provinces. Does it read okay, Honorable Chair and Honorable Kibi?
I have no problem with that myself.
Okay, Chair. Going back to Honorable Gondwe's point, I'll just check, just that I've closed, but I can open it quickly. The report. Okay, I've just copied from the other report on the DPS with regard to the point raised by Honorable Gondwe. I'll just put it, paste it. So here it will be the department.
Together with DPME, I guess.
Yeah, together with the DPME. Policy. Audit budget. Okay. For the audit. Okay, thank you. Through you, Chair, if this is the point that Honorable Gondwe was referring to, Chair, it's the same recommendation that has been made in the DPME report, where the Auditor General was, I would say, requesting or instructing both departments to review the policy on performance management development system for the DGs and HODs in the public service. And furthermore, he highlighted areas that they need to look at in the policy. One of them for departments having DGs that are acting, but they are not being measured in terms of their performance. So that was the alignment of both reports so that they can be in the same spirit with regard to this particular emphasis, because it was not addressed in the PSA report. Thanks, Chair, Honorable Chair. And, should I move to conclusion, Chair?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and in conclusion, the Department of Public Service and Administration has, in the 2021 financial year, continued to implement and coordinate intervention aimed at achieving an efficient, effective, and development-oriented public service, which is an essential element of a capable and development state. Accountability within the department has improved with responsible leadership and management, and the department and the CPSI must continue to maintain sound internal controls for future financial years and lead by example. This is the end of the PSA report, Chairperson and honorable members.
I don't hear any member saying want to effect corrections there. I assume that we agree with what is written here now.
Okay, Chair. Because you have been hearing my voice for too long, Mr. Sibeko will take us through the NSG and PS. I don't know which one is he starting with, Honorable Chair.
Okay.
But I'm here, I will assist in case if there's anything.
Yes, Chair, I have been requested by Mr. Ngobe to assist. Normally, we get assistance from Mr. Biela, but he's still on leave. So I will assist Mr. Ngobe, and I request him to assist me in terms of editing, Chairperson and honorable members. Good morning. Yes. I will be presenting the National School of Government report. Can you see it, Chair?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes, Chairperson. I'm already on.
That's vote 7, yes. National School of Government.
Correct, sir. I am on page 1. I will move as he had already moved in terms of pages, then we will deal with the observations and findings and also the recommendations bullet by bullet. I'm on page 2, Chair. Page 3, I think it's a basic standard of document. I'm on page 5 now, Chair. That's page 6. Page 7, Chair. Page 8. Page, the figures have been double checked, Chair. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. Then we come to observations and key findings, Chair. Here I'll read bullet by bullet, Chair. I'm on 10.1. The committee notes and commends the National School of Government for receiving clean audit outcomes for 2021-2022 financial year. The school achieved 26 targets of the total of 28 performance targets in the annual performance plan, which translate to 93% achievement of planned targets. Chair. 10.2, the National School of Government played a pivotal role in the development of draft national implementation framework towards privatization of public service. The committee notes progress made whereby the school facilitated the public consultation on and peer review of the framework in order to finalize recommendation to cabinet for adoption of final framework. The committee notes the school for developing such a magnificent framework to ensure administration in government is competent and well-oiled machinery to deliver on aspiration of the citizen. That's 10.3, Chair. The committee notes a high rate on Nugela program uptake since it was introduced as a mandatory training program for all senior management. The school had enrolled a total of 9,878 public servants for the course, and 6,168 had successfully completed. More public servants are encouraged to enroll for the program in order to prepare themselves for future responsibility in senior management. I'll move, Chair, to 10.4. With regards to ethics course, the committee notes increase of enrollment of a total of 30,006 enrolled and 30,185 successfully completed the course in March 2022. Ethics course helps public servants to have moral legitimacy of their decision, enable them to apply moral principle and value in business decision making. On 10.5, Chair. The school vacancy rate is slightly beyond acceptable 10% level due to restructuring process. The committee notes that the vacancy rate at senior management was at 12.8%. This is not aggregate percentage across employee levels, just at SMS level. The vacancy rate needs urgent attention in the subsequent financial year. So, I'm on 10.6, Chair. During COVID-19 pandemic, the school developed business model and adopted a training response plan with aim of increasing online and virtual learning offerings, securing licensing for virtual tools, finding other alternative features of delivery on its mandate. The committee notes an alarming increase on the uptake of online courses offered by the National School of Government, meaning public servants prefer the online course, which are more convenient and save cost of accommodation as well as traveling than face-to-face course. However, the school does not mean is doing away with face-to-face training courses. 10.7, Chair and honorable members. The National School of Government has to continue engaging the National Treasury on its funding and sustainability model. The committee notes that a discussion document has been developed and will be submitted to the FOSAD cluster and cabinet before the end of financial year 2022-2023. The discussion document is part of a reportioning of the National School of Government. Chairperson, I will then move through you to recommendation, Chair. I am on 11.1, Chair. Honorable members, The school, together with the Department of Public Service and Administration, should continue to engage national trial in exploring alternative funding methods to ensure that NSG is self-sustainable in the future years. The school proposal should be allowed by the National Treasury and Cabinet with 6 government departments, including local government, to set aside a particular percentage of their training budget to fund the National School of Government training cost. Moving to 11.2, Chair. The school, together with the Department of Public Service and Administration, should ensure alignment of national framework of privatization of the public service with amendments of the Public Service Act before approval by the Cabinet and tabled to Parliament. The school, together with the Department of Public Service, should continue to enforce and monitor compliance of government departments, senior management posts to ensure Nukela program remains the entry requirement when filling funded vacancies as part of privatization in public service. 11.4, all senior management should enroll for the Nukela program, irrespective of being employed prior to the implementation of the program. This would ensure uniformity in terms of this would ensure uniformity in terms of acknowledge acquired through the Nukela program. Sorry for that. The school urgently improve on its senior management service vacancy at 12.8%, as this affects strategic and policy component of the institution, as well as service delivery itself. 11.6, the National School of Government should continue strengthening its internal control system to avoid addressing from clean audit outcomes. Chair, through you, I'm on conclusion. The National School of Government continues to roll out courses and training programs relevant to government officials from entry level to senior management and the executive. Education, training, and development program offered by a school assist public officials to enhance performance and continue and contribute towards a capable and professional public service, public administration. The funding model should be prioritized by the school in order to keep it afloat. Accountability with the school has improved immensely with responsible leadership and management. I thank you, Chair. That's the conclusion.
There were no amendments made on this one. Was this the last report?
Chair, there's a last one, which is a Public Service Commission.
Of Public Service Commission. There are no corrections made on this one. Let's move to the next report.
Thank you, Chairperson. Let me quickly upload Public Service Commission report. Okay, let's see. Is it visible, Chair?
Yes.
Okay.
I can see it.
All right, Chair. I'm on page 1, Chairperson, and honorable members. I will move slowly but swiftly, Chair. I'm on page 2. That's page 3, Chair. Page 4. Page 5. You must just add numbering pages. Chair. Page 6. It's page 7, Chair. Once I get the numbers, Chair, have been double checked on page 8. Page 9, Chair. That's page 10. Page 11 and 12, and we're on page 13, Chair, now. Then we get to bullet point 10, findings and observation, Chair. I'll read them one by one, Chair. The committee notes and commend Public Service Commission for receiving clean audit outcomes for 2021-2022 financially in conservative years. Okay. The committee notes and compliments the PSC for achieving almost all set targets for annual performance plan for 2021-2022 financial year. The PSC had 23 targets of 22, of which we achieved. This percentage, this represents 96% achievement of targets. Target on payment for valid invoice within 30 days of result was partially achieved within the PSC target, but remain achieved within the required PMFA regulations. 10.3. The committee notes the PSC initiative on the legislative reforms project intending to introduce to Parliament a bill that will allow the Commission to be supported by a secretariat that is independent of government in order to strengthen its independence. The PSC has concluded with 6th version of the legislative amendment, which includes the social economic impact assessment, which will determine the efficiency of legislation. Therefore, the Cabinet would approve for tabling in Parliament for 2022 March. 10.4, Chair. As per section 196.
Sorry, Mercy. Sorry to cut in. Can you go back to 10.3? It says thereafter, Cabinet will approve. I think it should read the bill for tabling before March 2023, Julius, because we've already passed March 2022.
Can you assist that, Julius? And kindly make amendments as well.
Yeah, I think you, not to say it was just a typing error, should be March 2023.
Yes.
Yeah,
because remember the feedback that we got from Professor Fikeni was that they're waiting on Cabinet to consider it. Yeah. And they had also engaged the Deputy President as the leader of government business and the Speaker on the urgency of this bill. So, yeah. So it should read thereafter, Cabinet will approve the bill for tabling in Parliament.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Will approve the bill.
No, it's fine. Must just do the year that was incorrect. There's March 2023.
Okay, amend it from your side. Then we'll get.
I'm amending as well.
Yeah, he's done it already. Thank you, Julius.
Okay.
Chair, I will move to 10.4. As per section 196, open brackets, 10, close brackets, concerning the renewable of one additional term of commissioner, the committee urged the public service to develop a framework to measure performance of individual commissioners in order to have smooth process during renewability of contract of commissioners in both national and provinces. 10.5, Chair. The vacancy rate of commissioners at national and some provinces was a concern to the public service since these posts result in an underspending of budget over the past 2 financial years. The committee urged to fast track the appointment of one national commissioner, which was vacant since 2019-2022 financial year.
Chair.
I said members must shout where they want to effect changes.
Mercy and Mr. Ngwepe, can you clarify the 10.5? Which vacancy is this one? Is the one of Ms. Klatshwayo? Are you referring to that vacancy so that you must understand as the portfolio committee on what we the recommendation on this issue?
Oh, okay, Honorable Whip. We nationally we have 5 positions, and then currently there's about 4 that are filled. So there is one that is vacant, honorable members and chair. It is upon, of course, the speaker to guide the committee how to move from that particular position. So currently, chair and members, there is a vacancy that is available on the national level. I think the presentation last week, it was highlighted that there is a vacancy that is outstanding. I think also Julius can also add if I've missed anything.
Yeah, no, I think you are correct, Mercy. But just to highlight that this post, well, it came to the portfolio committee. We've undergone the process of the recruitment. A report was sent back to the National Assembly House, and that was in 2019, October 2019. So you would understand, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, that we have sort of contributed to the underspending. I'm just saying because of the Public Service Commission has got no control over this, but we as a committee, we need to push so that we get a finality on this process, because under normal circumstances, there is no way that a position of 2019 is still with the National Assembly, and maybe the National Assembly might consider it. I think they must just return it back so that we sort of re-advertise. So this was just to highlight it, so that maybe it can get a necessary attention to say there should be an outcome on this particular national commissioner position. Thanks.
Honorable Chair. Chair, I think I think on this one that we are busy discussing now, since it has been vacant for so long, can we put time frames, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, to say by the end of the financial year, this position of the National Commissioner must be filled? Thanks, Chair.
I agree with Meki, Chair.
Okay.
But Chair, can I check? Can I check if it is in our hands? Because maybe the best for us is to say, as the committee, we are waiting for the hierarchy of the parliament to give the go-ahead. Because we can give the thing, we can give the time frame, but obvious, we will wait for the instruction from the Speaker's office.
Chair.
We can chat that with the office of the Speaker. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you very much, Chair, once more. Chair, I echo the sentiment with Honorable Gondwe and Mamkibi. We are a committee, we need to show that we are concerned about these things, and we should attach time frames, because we cannot only wait for the speaker, because like when we are, as it has been correctly said, this post vacancy has been sitting there for quite some time. It cannot be correct. So I'm agreeing with the speaker. Let us put the time frames, and then maybe it should be taken from there. Let us not just say, let us wait for the processes and so on and so forth. We are Parliament. We need to people need to account why is this vacancy been there for this long, and we should as well, I agree, we should as well attach time frame. When must it be filled? Thank you very much.
Chair, if I can come in, I agree with Honorable Komani wholeheartedly. And I stand to be corrected. Maybe you can come in here, Julius. I think the only thing that's outstanding at this point is a resolution from the NA saying that we can go ahead and advertise for this position. And Chair, it's up to us to follow up and check with the Speaker's office or whoever we need to check up within Parliament to see where we are and what we need to do from our end to ensure that the ball starts rolling. So I agree with Honorable Komani that it is within our power as well to ensure that we get the process started in terms of ensuring that this one vacancy is filled. Thank you.
Yes, I will be in touch with the office of the Speaker so that we set the ball rolling.
Thank you very much, Chair.
I will proceed, Chair. I think the indication is to from what I can get from honorable members that this process should be finalized before the end of this financial year. But Julius will amend it accordingly from his side. I will move to 10.6, Chair. The PSC fully advocates for the review of term of the DG's HOD's contract from 5 years to 10 years as proposed in the National Framework for Professionalization. I think professionalization of the public servants only if they are appointed based on merit and capabilities. 10.7, Chair. The committee notes that the public service had a total number of 1,491 SMS members with interest in companies. It was discovered that 581 of the SMS members did not disclose their financial interest in companies. Among the SMS members who failed to disclose their financial interest in directorship and companies are 3 DGs in national departments and HODs in professional government. I will move, Chair, now to bullet 11 of the recommendations. 11.1. The Public Service Commission, in collaboration with the Minister of Public Service and Administration, should fast track the finalization of the draft Public Service Commission Amendment Bill, which aims at strengthening the independence of Public Service Commission through operating with its own administration outside the Public Service Act. The bill should be tabled in Parliament before March 2022. I think that should be 2023. To allow the committee ample time to process it. Bullet 11.2. The Public Service Commission should swiftly develop framework on the renewability of the commissioner contract and stipulated in section 196 open brackets 10 close brackets of the Constitution and engage with the Presidency and Parliament on the document for the approval. Since each commissioner is responsible for a specific focus area, it would be easy for Parliament and professional legislators to assess performance. 11.3, Chair and honorable members. The committee should make follow-up with the National Assembly table on one national commissioner post and make determination as to whether the committee should re-advertise or not. I think that the matter was also raised in bullet points above, Chair.
Yeah.
Chair?
Okay, it's Julius, through you, Chair. I think on that 11.3 will then insert that the national commissioner post should be filled before March. Should be filled before March 2023.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay, noted. You'll amend on your side, Mr. Moore.
Okay.
Now I'm on 11.4, Chair and honorable members. The committee should write a letter to the speaker requesting the speaker to intervene on the Mpumalanga commissioner post, which has been vacant since April 2019. A letter should be returned to the office of the Premier and Mpumalanga Professor Legislative request expedition of the recruitment process, as this contravenes section 4.6 close brackets of Public Service Commission Act of 1997.
Okay.
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 Speak. I said members must speak.
No, I was waiting for him to make this thing stable. Thank you very much, Chair. Once more, in terms of 1.4, I am in agreement that the letter should be written to the speaker, but I am not in agreement that we should request the expedition of the recruitment, because it is already in breach or in contravention of the section of government. So why should we then now say they should expedite? Because we need to get answers, and we need to get consequent management pertaining to that. And then we would then speak about how to expedite, because we cannot just say by virtue of people failing in their duties to do some things, we will then recommend that they expedite the things that they did wrong. What is the corrective measure before we can expedite? We need to know the corrective measures taken against those who contravene the section. Thank you very much.
Chair?
Mastole?
Yes, I think the comments by Honorable Komane are noted, but then I will proceed to conclusion.
Right, conclude.
Bullet point 12, conclusion. The PSC was able to spend almost its entire allocated budget, while achieving almost all its targets, which is commendable. Its performance during the year under review was thus proportionate to budget spent. Accountability within the PSC has improved with responsible leadership and management. Close there, Chair. I thank you.
I don't hear members wanting to make corrections there or amendments. So it means we are fine with that.
Noted, Chair. Noted, Chair. That's the last report, Chair.
Okay. So it's the last report. We will convene again tomorrow to adopt these reports, and then also deal with the last set of minutes and adopt those minutes as well. Thank you very much for availing yourselves for this meeting. And thank you also for the smooth sailing in the meeting. We have now come to the end of the meeting, and the meeting therefore stands adjourned.
Thank you, Chair.